We
Chains
love
are a
hip
trap
hop.
is why I have this title. Okay. Fabio Foreign, fallen off rapper, just went and purchased a new chain, and I want to show you guys what it looks like.
It is
the
an
stupidest
One take
insane
Jake's
chain, though.
stupidest chain. Right, yeah.
Icy. Heavy, real speakers.
Fabio Foreign shows off his new movie theater chain that actually plays movies.
That's icy.
Right. So yes, Fabio Foreign, who hasn't had a hit since the pandemic, is just bought a movie theater chain. Do we need to have a conversation about the way rappers have been like bastard or like using this chain culture, running their money into the ground, fam? Like you're telling me this guy got bread for a chain like that?
Okay, where do we start? Do you want to talk about chains and hip hop, or like, because clearly he has the money, he bought it, and
We need
it's
to
purely as
stop.
a
Nah,
purely
a lot
as
of-
a flex.
A
You
lot
think
of these
finance
mans
it?
be doing, they be doing finances and shit.
But I think it's a flex. It's one of those like what I imagine is that there's gonna be a situation where like you're chilling, there's a bunch of girls, you're with some of your homies, and you're the one who has this very unique jewelry piece that can play movies, and then a girl might see it and be spiced. Like, how come you don't have a movie themed chain? That is the only reason why I feel like you should have a chain
He
like
has
that.
a whole,
It's
like-
the flex.
That's where he has a whole wife and child now. Like the man just had a baby and shit.
We need to figure out a way, and maybe it's my old headness speaking, to mature hip hop a little bit. We might need to move away from these ridiculous chains.
Yeah, that's just, as a cinephile, as a person who loves movies and loves the movie theater, this is one of the stupidest chains I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is fucking crazy, bro.
But the thing is, it's not the stupidest. You said one of the stupidest, right? There's been stupider chains, and with guys who I like, Cameron had the spinning globe chain that had the remote control. I know right now, in his 40-something-year-old age, he's probably like, I regret that purchase. That was kind of stupid.
T-Pain had the big ass chain.
Big ass chain that said big ass chain on the pendant. He publicly said that he regretted that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do we continue Fabio Foreign in 2026 buying something that we know he's going to regret later on in the future? He don't have the money to support this, fam. So, like, our culture needs to unlearn this thing. Like, salute to Slick Rick. I love Slick Rick. But, like, his whole thing, he had mad chains, right? And it made me want to get chains.
But isn't like buying golds a form of investment?
Yes. But buying all these stupid freaking diamond freaking
Yeah, busting it
encrustedness,
down devalues it a little sometimes.
yes.
I think it's like rooted in the systemic racism, because I think because like for a lot of white people, for example, or Jewish people, whatever, like what they do is they display their wealth in like more quiet ways, right? Because they have the opportunity to get these properties and other things that are like silent flexes. Whereas I feel like for a lot of the Black community in America, it had to be visual. It had to be you pull up in a nice car. It had to be you pull up. It's a display of your wealth, essentially.
I think that's one aspect of it. Well, I don't want to cut you off.
I think it's rooted in that. I think it's rooted in the fact that, if you're in a certain community and there aren't like more wealth creating ways to display your richness, you have to do it in a way that's like literal and overt and in your face, like grills, chains, shoes, designer.
What about the Egyptians and like ancient Kemet times where like maybe because Black people, African people, our history is so used to like being wealth, like just having an abundance of gold, an abundance of these diamonds that were like, because diamonds were only given worth after a certain, like, was it like the 1900s, 1800s or whatever? So like maybe because this shit was all around, man, and we're just rocking beer chains and shit because like, oh, this is just like a resource we have in our native land.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like in our DNA to kind of like,
yes,
You know?
and that's a good explanation, and is the more esoteric, deep explanation. But now, as we're in like new times, and we know that we've seen examples of people who've spent their money in the wrong ways, buying mad jewelry, blowing their advance. Shouldn't we start unlearning that? Like, we've watched different stages of hip hop, right? We've watched the white tees or whatever that were like super cheap. You can go buy a pack of white tees at the store, to like Versace shirts and stuff like that. And we always try to keep up. we could just not do the chains thing, and then that's not a cool thing anymore, and still have other drip.
And like white people, they be wearing like $750,000 watches and shit.
Mhm.
You know that shit like it's a Hublot 1 of 1 type.
No
shit.
ice on it.
But it's subtle. It's subtle, and it's almost meant to look like. I feel like in one regard, like that chain is meant to be as obnoxious as it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's meant to be like, yo, this is crazy. Whereas the watches are like, that's just a little $750,000 thing. You wouldn't even
Yes.
notice, you know?
And mans are starting to do that more now. Like guys are starting to evolve their thinking. That like I'm trying to get more guys to do, because there's guys who are like, yo, these are this is my Richard Mill this, and they're not adding ice to it anymore. Like, because Jay-Z and different artists have told them, like, you guys are fucking your money up doing this.
Now, when
Yes.
Kanye was saying, oh, the Jesus piece went to Mark and all them next shit, like they were steering niggas in the wrong direction after.
Yes. And I think now that we have more information in the big 2026, rappers shouldn't be taking, like, they shouldn't be using the chain as the impression point, because they know that they're robbing themselves of their advance that they just got to get out the hood, fam.
But I don't think you can put it on the rappers, because as long as the audience rates the chains, the rappers are going to cater to the audience. The moment the whole audience one day decides collectively, yo, we're over jewelry, we're over chains that are like this, the rappers are going to stop doing it.
I gotta stop you. The rappers create the cool that the audience follows, in my opinion.
I think it's a two-way street. And I think the rappers do set the trends, but I think those trends are catering to the audience because that is what's working.
Yeah.
So they notice, okay, when I pull up with a chain, I get a little more respect. And like, it's not even just rappers that do this. Like, there are mans in the hood that like, they'll have chains in their Nike Tech Fleece, whatever. Like, they might not even have money on them, but they have a $10,000 chain.
And then you're making yourself a target to get killed.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
it's like-
taking man's chains off their necks and shit and killing them for it.
But then that's the respecting. Are you willing to die for your chain? And I think that's more where it's rooted as well, where it's like, it's a flex of not just your wealth, but your willingness to
Like
die for it.
no one's gonna try me.
No, and
Exactly,
I understand, because
power.
I've thought that way. I've done it. I used to. It was almost like an insecurity thing. Like, it took me a while to let go of jewelry. I've let go of jewelry over the years of podcasting. If you see earlier episodes, I used to sometimes podcast with like 4 chains on and all that. It was like a security blanket. You know what I'm saying? But as my thinking evolved and stuff like that, and even when I sold some of my chains, like, it kind of hurt me. Like, yo, I'm giving away my power. But fam, I've had way more motion over the years, even since giving away the chain. So the audience doesn't need me to have all of these chains for the podcast to go up, unless maybe if we were sitting here rocking ice and friggin' Richard Mills and all that, then we'd have like 1 million views on one of our videos.
But like it does add perception. So like when I'm booked on the same parties as DJ Snoopy, and I'm on stage and DJ Snoopy is right beside me, I'm like, yo,
chains on, yeah.
I'm like, I know it looks like this, like it looks like we're in different leagues right now, probably, you know, and like we're probably, you know what I mean? We're probably on the same level type shit, you know?
Y'all
like,
probably might have got paid the same amount for the night. Like, there's only
Type
so much
shit.
money going around for the party. You know what I'm saying? But he looked like he got paid 5 racks to be there, and like
Exactly.
you only got paid like a rack
I'm
or
like, I'm
whatever.
the tall boy. I'm just here to give niggas drinks and shit. What the fuck?
It's like, nah, bro. Like, we all went to the promoter and he gave us the same amount.
I do agree with what Natural said with like, you know, certain people's like cultures, gold is like a valued thing. It's a metal that like has spiritual connotations as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you were saying that it was like a safety net, I think for a lot of Black people in America where their value wasn't seen equally in the eyes of the law and society, it was like a way to prove your value either to yourself, to your community, or maybe even non-Black people, where it's like, oh, well, like, you know, you pull up, you have an expensive piece of jewelry that this white dude doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think and maybe if there's more inherent value where it's like, yo, I don't need a chain, I'm already, you know, blessed, you know, then we can start to shift the mindset. But I think for a lot of people, those the impact of colonization or like white supremacy kind of is still reminiscent.
And the thing is, like, a white man could walk on the road, dress regular, and people aren't just gonna automatically assume he's broke.
Yeah, if anything, they might assume the opposite. They
You
assume
know?
he's rich.
Exactly. If a Black man is just walking on the road regular, like they treating him like he's just a regular bum nigga, you know? Like you have to kind of just show like, oh wait, no, I've broken the average. I'm a part of the 10%. I'm a part of the 5%.
Look at my chain.
Okay,
You
and
know?
let me ask you this: if a white dude was walking down the street with a drippy chain, like spinning everything,
I would think he's broke. And
yeah, like
it's the
like a
opposite.
ghetto white.
It's the
yeah.
opposite still.
Exactly.
It's the
Or he
Exactly.
might be like some white rich guy that's really trying too hard to be down with the brothers.
I can't even see that though, because
Yeah.
like even like those rich like Italian mobs, they'll have like a one chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
They
might have a
have a
watch or a
goal.
ring. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you see how and you know, we'll end this, but like it goes right back to like a bunch of chains. Oh, so brothers, it's a black thing. Like we've made this so much that it's like it's a thing, and maybe we need to unlearn it, and we'll save some money on our lifestyle, fam.
But is it like, okay, if you buy gold and you're able to hold it, like let's say a rainy day happens, doesn't the value like for the most part hold?
Of course.
So like is
and
it
that's just the strategic way of thinking about it.
okay.
The rapper who just got in advance, they're not thinking about it like that, bro.
But who knows? Maybe they are like in the sense of like, okay, if I have $100,000 like in spending money, I'm gonna spend it. But if I put it on a chain, then at least like I still have 100,000 in savings, but I can still rock this type shit.
It's like an asset.
You know?
It's an asset if you just bought a piece of gold.
'Cause
You
you're
know
gonna have to
what I'm
melt
saying?
down that chain
You're
if
gonna
you
have to
really
melt it down.
want
The
to.
jeweler's gonna
liquidate
tell
it.
you, oh, that chain that you bought for 100,000. Oh, now that you fell off, I'll give you 20 for it.
Nah, 20 is crazy. I feel like even if you get like a 70 for it, like,
You still lost 30.
but it's still better than just running through your 100 bands and now you smoked it or like you
No,
spent it on pokes.
take your 100 bands, save half of it, maybe invest a little bit of the other 50,000 and not buy no chains.
Okay, let's say you invested in Vine and then now Vine went bank. Like now you just lost your investment.
Okay, or you bought a chain and lost 30 racks after you went broke
But
and
at
had to go to
least-
the pawn shop.
But you could sell it still. Like it's still, even though it goes down in value, it's like you didn't lose as much money.
So you guys are trying to rationalize to me why you're freaking spending all your money on jewelry.
I don't think
Absolutely
spending.
not.
I don't think spending all your money, but I think if you allocate some to like,
Man, you just said the
gold-
man got 100 racks. It just goes by as a
no, I
chain.
said 100 bands spendable. 100
Okay.
bands, like
Okay.
let's say his advance was 500,
Yeah,
and like let's say in his budget he budgeted like,
that's a way different story.
okay, I'm gonna have like 100 bands and like excess money.
These niggas ain't doing I'm taking 100 bands out of my 500 bands and not thinking about the taxes that are going to come out later on. So that 100 bands is really 250 bands.
Yeah.
So now you spend 100 bands out of your 250 bands.
Mm. And I think with chains, in a lot of cultures, a lot of it is reserved for women. Like jewelry is like, I'm not saying it's exclusively for women. Men wear jewelry too, but like majority of it, especially for like a lot of Muslim countries, like
Yeah.
it's more associated with women. And I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier with like using feminine things to attract females. Because I feel like a lot of it is to get girls, bro. I feel
Ruski
like
brought it full circle.
yes.
Y'all niggas is gay wearing your chains.
No, you actually using it to get girls. That's the opposite of gay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Wearing a bunch of girly ass chains. But yeah, we'll end it there. Salute to Fabio Foreign, I guess. Right? Go check out the interview on the channel right now, man. Fabio Foreign interview available for you.
Jeez.
All right. But let's wrap it up here for the evening.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip-hop.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.